going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes, your favorite YouTube lunatic. Oh, hello. Oh, get out of here. I gotta tell you, every time you get a new iPhone, you gotta set up everything again. Log into every single bank app, Venmos, all this nonsense. But what I don't get is how you have to basically restart or reset your iWatches to work with the new phone. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, 6:25 here on Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. Couldn't sleep, so I got to the office a little early. About 6:05 because the bagel stop. Gotta get a bagel, opens at 6. And before I got here, when I woke up, I was walking the dogs and I was going over Facebook. Now, I don't normally go on Facebook, but I actually do, keeping it real, because ever since I involuntarily got myself involved in a single-man operation with an HVAC and water heating business in Central Florida, well, I need to drum up business because F you, Tommy Boffinger. Liar. Criminal. So I was going over Facebook this morning, and I'm in all these local groups for all the towns that we service in Central Florida, right? Pipe Doctor Home Services, the operation I have in Winter Park, Florida. So I come across this post. Let me show it to you. This guy writes, Chris Romanville writes, recommendations for a lawyer who handles issue someone has had. I can't even speak. Look at this. I'm retarded. This guy, Chris Romanville, writes, recommendations for a lawyer who handles issues someone has for a bad AC install. Thank you. I'm going to comment on this. And let me show you what I write. Why am I not surprised? And 38 minutes ago. Look, 39 minutes ago. And it's, see? Keeping it real. Why am I not surprised by this post? I expanded my HVAC business into Florida early in 24 after witnessing firsthand the quality of work that Central Florida residents allow by licensed contractor. No disrespect, but it's got to be something in the water you guys are drinking. Kidding, I'm not bullshitting, right? There is absolutely no pride, none whatsoever, in the workmanship that's done by most plumbing and HVAC contractors in Orange and Seminole County. Now, I can only speak on what I see, and those are the two counties that I've witnessed work on. But let me give you one example, guys. Before I terminated my business relationship with an individual in Winter Garden, during a major renovation to an existing single-family lakefront home in Summer Lake, with my own eyes, I saw one of the larger HVAC contractors in the area relocate a 5-ton air handling unit and starved it for air by installing only a 12-inch return duct on it. When I asked the general contractor on site about this, right, he goes, it's good enough for this neighborhood. Must be friends with Steve. So Chris, the OP, right? While I am saddened to hear about the problems you're having with your newly installed central AC system, I'm not surprised that, honestly, you get what you pay for. People in Central Florida, they're just cheap as fuck. I know what they are. They're house rich and cash poor. And if you don't believe me, look at some of the early videos on my Central Florida YouTube channel, Mikey Pipes Orlando. I kid you not. These people in Central Florida witnessed firsthand what it's like to have basically poverty, and now their houses are worth $500,000 or more. Seriously. For the month of September, I was giving away services, Yet these people, not all of them, but most, are just dumb. I kid you not. They are just dumb. You saw what Tommy Botfinger's guys were doing to this $4 million house with the pecs, and goes, oh, that's normal. Because they accept it. Because they're hacks. And there's no pride in the workmanship and the work that they're doing. So I have a new marketing initiative that I am going to implement in Central Florida. Unless you make $150,000 a year, don't call my company to fix your water heater or your HVAC system, because I'm not coming, because you can't afford it. The hell's wrong with people? Living in a house, you can't afford to take care of it. Relying on hacks to come into your home. And they just leave it more of a mess than it was before. Disgusting. You know what? I should have listened to my friends. All my friends told me, Mikey fucking Pipes, you need to not be in Central Florida. Go to the West Coast, Naples. Over there, they have money. Come on, Orlando, you got nothing. You guys are all fake hustlers. They told me, Mikey Pipes, go to Palm Beach. Go between Miami and Jupiter. There's plenty of money along the coast. Fuck yeah, they can afford $250,000 assessments on their apartments living in these high-rise towers on the ocean. They can't afford that in Central Florida. Fake-ass people, man. So, Chris, recommendations for a lawyer who handles issues when someone has a bad AC installed? Well, how about open your eyes and you get what you pay for? I'm not done either, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started this October 22nd, 2024. We are just getting started. I'm not done with Facebook. I'm not. So yesterday evening, I got the iPhone 16 Pro to replace my iPhone 15. Remember the phone that I cracked installing that lock and bar, sitting on top of that old American Standard boiler? Well, I brought it into a I fix, you break type of place, and they replaced the screen, quote unquote, with a genuine OEM Apple screen. And every time I try to do something with it, swipe up, swipe down, it wasn't really working. I was like, you know what, F this. And one of my biggest pet peeves in life is that when you get a new iPhone, yes, it transfers everything over, but you still got to log into everything, almost everything. So I spent almost 2.5 hours logging into everything, and it's hard, it's hard. And then yesterday evening, I'm laying in bed, checking Facebook again, posting about Pipe Doctor Home Services in Central Florida, offering free HVAC maintenance. And I came across my son Connor's Facebook post for D&D sales and service in Port Orange, South Daytona, Florida. Connor's a hustler, by the way. He's buying a second home. Yep. He is a version of me, but in the used car salesman version of it. Ruthless. So Connor, by the way, it's Connor's Cars on YouTube, by the way. He has, 1,300 subscribers, and he has 94 videos. But his last video, I think it's like a long time ago. 4 months ago. Because I don't know. You just got to stick with it. Anyway, Connor had a family, a couple, purchase their, get the light out of the video, purchase from D&D Sales and Service their fourth vehicle. And Connor took a selfie with the couple standing in front of their new car. And, congratulating this couple on, thank you so much. And, and mentioned that this is their fourth car that they purchased from Connor. And some knucklehead scumbag wrote like, I guess your cars are shit or falling apart, or some stupid negative comment like that. So I had to interject And I wrote in a comment that, there's a saying, about having repeat business. And that is, quote, the satisfaction of loyalty, end quote. And that brings me back to what I've been posting over the last week or two about handling objections with a rebuttal that's geared to close the deal while you're there. And I am not going to bullshit you guys. I'm going to keep it real. I don't push for a sale when I am there. I'll ask, but I am not going through a possible 100+ scenarios of what their objection is and what my rebuttal is to counter the objection, trying to close the deal when I'm in the home. And I'm going to keep it real. I keep it real a lot, right? I think I do. Before I started Pipe Doctor in 2008, I worked for a plumbing and HVAC contractor. I've mentioned the name here. I'm not going to mention it again. But the goal was $1 million a year in sales. Yep, $1 million a year. I was expected, they would have liked me to bill out $1 million a year in revenue in running my truck. I was young, I was youthful, I was in my mid to late 20s, and I hustled. But honestly, I was getting paid bupkis. I was getting paid $105,000 a year. Keeping it real. All right? And that 1 year, before I left, it was a joke that I wanted a boatload of cash for a Christmas bonus. And it was also a joke that I needed not the Hackney box truck on an Isuzu NPR chassis running service calls, that I needed a tractor trailer going up to customers' homes, because that's how much I fucking sold when I pulled up to the house. I wasn't there changing a flapper for $350. It wasn't $350. It was like $250, right? But it was expensive, right? It was flat rate, which I defined at the time as the fuck rate. But I didn't give a fuck. I was doing my job. I was doing what I was told to do. Let's hear me out, guys. I know some of you guys are like, oh, fucking Mikey Pipe ripping off. Well, hold on a second, right? Get into the story with the tractor trailer and the Christmas bonus. So that 1 year, the year before, right, I did like $700,000 in sales. What did I get for Christmas? I got I think $400 or $500 in cash, and I got a Garmin GPS unit. That way, they don't have to give me the map coordinates in the Hackstrom map and tell me where I was going. Really? Give me a gift. That's like buying your wife a vacuum for her birthday. Come on, right? So the following year, I got a stack of cash like this, all of singles, with 100 on top and 100 on the bottom, make it look like I was getting a stack of like real cash, right? Not my boss. Nope. They gave me that, and they gave me one of those toy tractor trailers with the company name along the side of it. By the way, I threw that out. Actually, I didn't throw it out. I smashed it to pieces like those guys did in Office Space, the movie, when they brought the printer that says Paper Jam. When there is no Paper Jam, brought it into the field and smashed it to 1 million pieces. That's what I did to this freaking tractor trailer when I finally left. Because I couldn't do it anymore. I had reached a point in my life where I found a closer relationship to my higher power. And I was like, what? I just can't do this anymore. I can't. So I left as a small partner in the company, with great insurance, life insurance, all that good stuff, right? Still $105,000 a year, but you live, you learn, right? But back to the rebuttals, right? And I know I've been talking a lot over the last couple weeks about objections and how to handle them and push for the sale, you notice that we didn't actually really seal the deal. Well, actually, whatever. I was just giving you like objections and rebuttals, but I don't push. I really don't. When I meet someone for the first time in a professional setting while I'm knocking on their door or of their home or knocking on their door of their office or building, wherever they're at, all right, I exert confidence in the work that I do. 1,000%. And if I don't understand something, I am going to fake it until I make it. I kid you not. Exert confidence, ladies and gentlemen, and you will close more deals. Not only at the table, the dining room table, the kitchen table, but you will close more deals when you're going out on those service calls, whether it's whatever trade that you're in. If you exert confidence, you'll have no problem. I kid you not. So to finish up this video, where Steve, sitting across from the kitchen table from you, or next to you in the mechanical room, the boiler room, the furnace room, he goes, you know what, Mike? I'll get back to you soon. I'll get back to you soon. Now, there's a joke within my family that there's soon and there's real soon. And when they ask me to do something, the wife, fix something around the house, the shoemaker's kid shoes, right? Yeah, come on. I have a sign in my guest bathroom on the ground floor den that's been hanging above the toilet for about a better part of a decade that says, lift lever after flushing. Because if you don't lift the lever won't engage back up and the toilet will run continuously. I kid you not. Ask anyone who's been to my house and seen that toilet that they effing know. Kid you not. So Steve, I understand that you need some time to think about it. Please, Steve, take your time. And I'll be here when you're ready. In the meantime, please check out my customer reviews and testimonials on our website. You know that we're also in Florida and South Carolina, right? Well, not just, faking it here in Florida, in New York, but check out the reviews and testimonials in Florida. We have the same comments and different people in the field, right? But only one guy running the show, and that's me, right? So please, when you're taking your time, remember that this is a limited time offer. Feel free to check out all our testimonials on our website. Google us. Don't go to Yelp, though. I'm keeping it real. Don't go to Yelp because, man, you got to pay to be on there. I kid you not. But, Steve, how about I give you a call in a couple days? Maybe we'll take the dogs for a walk and see if you made a decision. What do you think, Steve? And at this point, you wait. Ye who speaks first has failed. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the continued support from the entire community, whether or not you're a subscriber or not, whether or not you support this guy for president or you miss him. What's great about civilized society in a free world is that we all have the right to our opinion and the right to speak what's on our mind. And if I offended anyone during this video, I apologize. It was not my intent. Unless your name is Steve and you haven't made your decision yet.